Assalamu alaikum. This is Rebecca Abukawud of Muslimas of Chicago. Alhamdulillah, today I have a special guest and I'm so happy that you are with us.
Thank you for having me.
Alhamdulillah, Rania, she's Rania.
Assalamu
Alhamdulillah, and I'm so proud of you, Rania, mashallah.
Thank
You
you.
graduated this year in health and science, right?
Yes,
Mashallah.
alhamdulillah, yes.
Alhamdulillah. And I would like you to be able to know that today our topic of conversation is going to be about stereotypes and misconceptions of Muslim women.
Yes, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. And some the people who are watching us maybe don't know something about. I would like you to mention more about you. That you are an Arab American Latina, Alhamdulillah, and also she's a very young active lady, a leader
Thank you.
in the Muslim community at YMI Young Muslims of ICCI. ICCI is at
Belmont and Narragansett. It's a mosque that I attend regularly, alhamdulillah. And yeah, I invite everyone watching to come visit one day.
Yeah, we also go attend also the Muslims of Chicago. We have our programs.
Inshallah, yes.
The Halakha Book Club. Alhamdulillah, inshallah, we're going to talk more about it. But today, our topic of conversation is about the Muslim woman, the
Yes.
misconceptions, stereotypes of the Muslim woman.
Yes.
And one of the things, Rania, we were talking about, we were recording this video, like one of the common concepts is that the Muslim women are oppressed.
Yes.
This is one of the common ones. What do you think about it, and how do you feel about it, Rania, about this concept, misconception?
Yes. So it's a very common misconception, unfortunately, that still goes on today through the media and our everyday lives. But I do think it's a very outdated misconception, just because it's been decades since historical events have happened that led to these misconceptions. And of course, it's unfortunate and unfair that such a large group of people are being stereotyped into one category. With over 1.1 billion Muslims in the world, half of those Muslims are women. And a lot of those women wear hijab, so you can see how it can affect people mentally, even physically, with physical attacks, assaults, and just in their everyday lives, through isolation and everything. But I definitely think it's something that needs to be resolved soon, because the growing Muslim population in the US is, it's seen everywhere in society. You see doctors who are Muslims, you see lawyers who are Muslims, you see essential workers who are Muslims, and it's just such a growing religion that it's something that should be over with as soon as possible.
It is, yes. And Rania, one of the reasons I mentioned about your career, the one you graduated, is because is that people think that Muslim women, one of the reasons they're oppressed because they are not allowed to education.
Yes.
Or they think, oh, husband, they don't let them to work. When in fact, alhamdulillah, most of the people that I know, most of the Muslim women that I know, the majority, they are professionals with careers, and they work, and they are super moms too, because besides they work, and also they also take care of their family, they take care of their children.
Yes.
And this is, the reason that I'm bringing to people to know, to share, because also I have family who thinks that, there are people who, one of the things I will remember, I will never forget, when I was going to university, I just needed to finish my last year in order to gain my bachelor's degree. And my husband is the one who encouraged me. I just needed 1 year. And he said, Rebecca, go, I'll take care of the babies, and you go. You just need 1 year to go. And my husband, he's Muslim, he encouraged me. So when I was in the school, in the classroom, I was not wearing my hijab. By the way, this is hijab for people don't know, right?
Yes.
And so, and she didn't know I was Muslim. because I was not wearing hijab at the time. So another Latina student too, and we were there. We were always close together, having our coffee together during the break time and from the classroom. And then when she find out I'm Muslim, she looked at me. She felt. She said, Rebecca, I feel bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
And just because she said, oh, because I heard that Muslim husbands are they don't let their wife to work or get education. And I look at her, but here I am.
Yes, exactly.
And so, and this is the misconceptions that people think. Unfortunately, many people still think until now, and some people, because I know many people know there are Muslim women that are educated, and even they find when they go to work. Even my doctor, she's a Muslim one, and she wears her hijab, and I feel so happy, so comfortable, because she will understand things that we have in common, you know.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So that's why, Rania, if one of the biggest reasons I'm so happy to have you, because you are this showing this generation of young people. Because if one of the reasons you have mentioned you are American, Arab, Latina, is because we are living here in United States, in US. We see the diversity of women, the diversity, and most like our parents, they migrated here in order to have a better life, better work, better education, and among other things. But one of the things is that, okay, maybe our parents didn't speak the language. They have to learn. But the new generation like you, mashallah, you have the advantage of the language. English also is one of the first languages besides the Spanish, because I know Rania, mashallah, she speaks Spanish. Mashallah, so probably because your mother is Mexican and she taught you to learn Spanish. This is the beauty of living in a country of the diversity. You can learn different language, and we get to know the different cultures, you know. So alhamdulillah, I'm so happy because the young people like you, and also I have an interview before with Luma, mashallah, because you're also your friend, with Amira, my daughter, your friends. I'm so happy that all this new generation of ladies, they are going to school, having their education, and they with their profession, and they will be there over there in whatever career they chose to study, like for your instance, your health science, mashallah, which you are working there. And tell me about it. How do you feel at work now? Because mashallah, she's working. See, we are breaking the stereotype. Muslim women, they work, mashallah. Tell me, how do you feel at work? Working with your hijab, mashallah.
It's definitely a unique experience, just because we live in Chicago, so it's nice in the sense that a lot of people know what Islam is, because my generation, at least, they've interacted with at least a few Muslims, whether it's in their classes or they make friends that are Muslims. So even at work, my coworkers, a lot of them are younger, so they understand the religion. They might ask questions here and there during the day. But it's nice that the younger generations are more aware of Islam and what it entails, which is the beautiful thing about diversity. It just teaches you different things. But there are instances where the hijab might be confusing for some people on the job. So to begin, or to preface a little bit, I work as an EMT, which is an ambulance, not just driver, but also the people that work in the back of the ambulance, first responders. Kind of similar to a paramedic, but I do a little bit less than them. But so they're long shifts in during calls, 13-hour shifts, and we go to hospitals, nursing homes, houses, residencies, different areas. So I get to interact with a lot of different people from the suburbs, from the city, and of different races and populations. And sometimes we do get Muslim patients, which is a unique experience in itself. Because them seeing me in a hijab, it makes them feel comfortable, especially because a lot of people feel like they're misunderstood, or because nurses don't really understand what their needs are, or they just feel neglected by the system as a whole or by others just because they're Muslim themselves.
Yes.
So in that sense, the hijab is a beautiful thing.
It
Yes, alhamdulillah. And also, even for non-Muslims, the hijab represents a symbol of respect for some people,
yes.
especially people that are familiar with Islam, like the people that have grown up with Muslims in their life or have family that are Muslims. Like a lot of people, like the security guards in hospitals, will say Assalamu alaikum to me, even if they're not Muslim.
Yes.
And they'll tell me, oh, well, my brother's converted to Islam, or I'm a reaver myself. So, alhamdulillah, that's a good experience.
It is.
Those are the positives, though.
Yeah. However.
Yes, of course, there are some negatives. Sometimes people who are ignorant or unaware of what Islam is will say racist things.
Oh.
Yes, like they'll, I think I've been called Indian before. They'll ask why I'm wearing this on my head, or just be extra rude to me, but will be nice to my coworkers who aren't Muslim. But it's just a learning experience. It just makes you realize how much people just need to learn more about Islam and the hijab, because people that do know about the hijab, they call it the hijab. They don't even call it the scarf.
This is our hijab.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. A lot
Yeah,
of
the
people,
scarf. Yeah.
yes. A lot of non-Muslims actually know the proper name to refer it as. Like a lot of people will call it hijab without me even telling them. So I think it just takes knowing more about what it means and the significance of it, why Muslims wear it, for people to be more comfortable with the whole idea.
Mashallah. Yes. It represents you. Actually, if for people they don't know, because I know that we wear the hijab because of Allah.
Yes.
It's because of Allah. It is there is a dress code how to is mentioned in the Quran, how they wear to dress, and this is one that we cover, mashallah, alhamdulillah. And we are, my personal experience, Rania, I feel so comfortable. But for me, because I am a river or a convert, it was a learning experience.
Yes.
It was a learning experience. That's why they were at the beginning, the first 5 years of me being Muslim, I was not wearing hijab. So because I wanted to know why I'm wearing hijab.
Yes.
And then even I asked questions to my teacher, why we have to wear hijab? And then when she explains to me from the Quran, from the Hadith, the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, oh, okay. And there is a wisdom of why, And you mentioned one of the things is like respect.
Yes.
And yes, my personal experience of starting my one, okay, inshallah, is that I was doing my shopping, and I was on the line, okay, waiting for my turn to pay for my items, and I didn't realize that next to me there is a police officer, and I'm on my line. He said, "Assalamu alaikum, sister." I look at him, oh, mashallah, and I feel comfortable because I knew right away he is a Muslim police, and I feel comfortable. You feel that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I feel the respect. It's like, I know typically the Latina woman there, you know how it is in the culture, because we don't know. I was before a non-Muslim, wearing like a typical Latina, but then I learned to dress this way, and I feel so comfortable. I feel like actually it's a liberation, not oppression.
Yes, that's what people don't realize.
Yes. And this is one of the reasons, Rania, that I'm bringing this conversation. Oh, wow. I feel bad for them because they're not with the fashion. But this is the fashion we chose to wear, right, Rania?
Yes, of course.
This is our fashion, and we feel comfortable. And one of the things is about respect. Actually, my personal experience also is teaching me that when I started to wear this is I'm 23 years old, being Muslim, and actually it helped me to refine my character.
Yes.
Like, I'm more aware when I'm out there. I remember I started to wear after September 11th, so you can feel that atmosphere at the time.
Yeah, the tension.
With the Muslim women were more targeted.
Yes.
And then you have to be very aware how you behave, and you have to be very aware how do you speak to them, and make sure that I'm not saying bad words or not cursing at people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I'm on the streets driving my car.
Yeah.
And you know, some people cut your lanes and you have to be. And before, when I was non Muslim, if somebody come on my way, I would say something bad words. But as a Muslim woman, now people are watching me.
Yes.
And so make me refine my character, be more aware that type of messages coming from me and how I conduct myself. So it's actually help us to feel like more fun and elegant. I think I would say that.
Yes.
Don't you feel it that way,
Yes,
Rania?
of course. I've even seen other people, non-Muslims, with similar opinions about the hijab too, like on TikTok and social media. Sometimes I'll see videos of hijabis dressing up really nicely, like they're wearing like a pretty dress and a pretty scarf, and the comments will be like, oh, I'm not Muslim, but this looks beautiful, or I'm not Muslim, but this looks so elegant. So even people that aren't Muslim recognize that there's beauty in the hijab, and that's only for people that understand why Muslim women wear it, and that it's actually something that's supposed to be liberating instead of oppressing.
Exactly. I also I had an interview to another Latinas Mexican sister, mashallah. She was saying that I just remember now, like no, if I'm in a hurry or rush, I just do my ponytail and put it up, and I don't need to spend so a long time with my hair. I know with a special occasion we do, you
Yes.
know, we also know how to have fun
Of course.
in a halal way,
Yes.
you know. Alhamdulillah. Rania, I'm so happy. I wish we can keep talking because I know that it is a very interesting topic for many people. Also for our non-Muslim friends, because I also
Yes.
have my non-Muslim friends, mashallah, they're so good. And they're also curious, asking me, Rebecca, what about this? Why you wear that? And they're alhamdulillah. But I'm also thinking about you, the non-Muslims,
Yes,
not
of
only
course.
our Muslim sisters and brothers, alhamdulillah.
Of course, yes, and I hope everyone gets to see this vlog. Doesn't matter what their background or religion is. It's good to learn from other people's experiences.
Yeah, yes. Good to learn from other cultures too, other religion. This is our way of life too, alhamdulillah. Okay, before I know, mashallah, Rania, that I'm so proud of you, mashallah. First of all, I had to highlight this part that you studied and graduated from the university in health science.
Yes.
Your
Thank
parents
you.
must be so proud of you.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. And I'm highlighting this because this is because we're talking about the misconceptions and stereotypes of Muslim women. And mashallah, Rani is one of the young ladies that she's saying no, and we are working and we can do our careers, alhamdulillah, and here we are, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Now I know you are Rania, she's an active young lady in the Muslim community. Why am I? Tell us more about why am I and what do you do there?
Yes, okay, so YMI stands for Young Muslims at ICCI, which is the mosque that I was talking about earlier. It's the mosque that I grew up in. It's on the north side of Chicago, and the reason it started actually was because my friend Ranine, shout out to Ranine. Yes. She wanted to start a program for the youth because there had been like a smaller program at the masjid a long time ago. This was when we were probably 12.
Oh, very young.
Yes, very young, maybe even younger.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the leaders of that program, they grew up, they started getting married, they started getting jobs. So it kind of ended, it just faded away, and they stopped the program completely. So it had been a few years since there had been a youth program at the mosque. And so my friend, she had the idea of starting her own initiative, and she included me in those plans, which alhamdulillah was awesome. And yeah, we're still going. It's been about over 3 years now. Yeah, alhamdulillah. But we do run weekly sessions. Before COVID and everything, we would have Saturday evening events.
I went there, remember? I love it. Wow.
Yes, we have games, lectures, sometimes talk about real world events, like things that are going on in the news, kind of debriefing with the audience to see how the youth felt about certain topics. We've also had events like Taboo Talks, which people got to ask, the taboo topics, Islamically, knowing like what's allowed in Islam versus what's not, and topics that are kind of culturally shunned. So it kind of is to offer the youth a safe space to just talk about things, meet new people, and all of our leads are pretty open-minded. They're young, they're working, they're in school, alhamdulillah. So all the youth leaders that we have are kind of there to set an example for the youth. And we're hoping that the younger generation gets to take on those positions that we have right now, and in the future just keep going with the program.
MashaAllah, I like what you mentioned. It's a safe environment. It is. My personal experience as a mother, seeing my children, because also Mira, she's going there, and I saw that the young people, you have so much energy. They have fun. They have games, and I remember the big screen, the PowerPoint, and I said, oh my gosh, I wish I can play, but I'm the mom, so I just watch. No, I'm not 20 years old, but it's fun. It's fun. So I encourage the mothers to send the young people that they have, and to be there, even though they're 11, 12, can they go? What age they can go?
Yeah, we actually allow younger children than 11, 12.
11, 12? Oh, mother,
so teenagers, we have college students coming. It doesn't really matter. We don't have an age group specifically, but typically the people that like to come are pre-teenagers or teenagers, even older students if they have nothing to do on a Saturday, and just come and hang out with people. It's a nice environment.
It is a nice environment because it's not only a learning experience, but it's got, as Rania mentioned, it's a safe environment. And as a mother, I feel so comfortable. My children are here, So mothers, parents, please send your children or your young person, come. ICCI follow. So invite them to do the social media, please. Why? So they can learn more about YMI.
Yes.
Instagram?
Yes, so we do have an Instagram. We try to stay active on social media. We also have a Facebook. So the YMI Instagram is Young Muslims at ICCI, and then you could go through our content and kind of see more of what we do, see who the leads are. We are trying to expand. We're always trying to network and expand and collaborate with other organizations. So we always encourage the youth to bring their friends. Doesn't matter who they are, what their background is, religion, it doesn't matter. It's open to everything. I brought a few friends from school who,
I remember Amira too from high school.
Amira too, yes. Just people of different backgrounds and religions, and it's just a nice experience to kind of bond and become more active in the Chicago community because it's so diverse. So our goal is to engage in that diversity and not make ourselves feel like we're isolated from the rest of Chicago.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm so happy to, mashallah. Really, I am so happy to have you, Rania, and telling us about what the young people at ICCI are doing. So don't forget this. Please are invited. Also leadership opportunities and also learning experience, having fun in a safe place. So inshallah, so go to Instagram, YMI. Say it too.
Yes, it's Young Muslims at ICCI. That's the handle on Instagram.
Facebook too. Okay.
Yes. Check us out on Facebook. Also, you could also check out our mosque's Facebook just for more general updates. If you're interested in coming to our mosque, it's ICCI Academy on Facebook. Yes, and you'll get all the updates, prayer updates, all of that stuff.
Amazing programs at ICCI Islamic Community here, Islamic Community Center of Illinois.
Yes.
Okay, ICCI here in Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. And also, I would like to invite you to Muslims of Chicago Facebook and Instagram. We're having programs, and by the way, a huge event is coming, the 21st annual sisterhood event, Rania. Yeah, a program for ladies. Alhamdulillah. Go see the page, Facebook and Instagram, and find also this program is going to be in English, but also we're having a very regular program, which is the Halakha Book Club in Spanish for ladies. So go see. There are more programs, but inshallah, go to the page, Facebook and Instagram, Muslimas of Chicago. And thank you so much for watching us. Rania, tell something please to the audience, to the people who are watching us. Please, we're going to say bye.
Yes, okay, yes. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And Rania, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye bye.